Assalamu alaikum. The lesson today is about inequalities. We are going to learn today compound inequalities. And how to solve those type of inequalities. So first let's define what is compound inequality. So definition. So compound inequality is a set of inequalities that share or combine their solution. So compound inequalities is a set of inequalities that may share or combine their solution. So for example 5x minus 5 is greater than 3, or 3x plus 9 is less than 10, 2x 2 and greater than so on. Those are example of compound. They are separate with the word or and. Those two are there are two types. So we have conjunction inequality. So those are the two types. So we are going to solve and learn each one also and learn how to solve each one. So let's start with the conjunction. So what is a conjunction compound inequality? So conjunction compound inequalities is a set of inequalities that may or may not share common or not share common solution. So some books use these descriptions. So conjunction compound inequality are inequalities separated by the word and, because most of them they are separated by the word and. But this is not a good description because there's some example which is they don't have end, so we need to separate them to make them look like the one which is described as inequality separated by the word and. So to give you an example, then I will show you the idea. So example of compound inequality. So for example, 5 less than 4 minus. You see, this is how it was described in some. You see, there's no word end here, even though that this the same as this. It's just in condensed notation. Some students they will not recognize it as a conjunction because they open it, it's become less than 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2x is less than 7. The way we use it to solve, but with a conjunction to describe it at this way. So let's see how. So conjunction equality. So for both cases, for the condensed notation and the AND notation, so we need to solve it separately. That means we have to solve the two inequalities separately. If it was for the type 1, you see if I call this type 1 and this is type 2. So for type 1, what we need inequality. When we draw the solution, we draw it in one number line. So that's the idea. For type 1, so first set the inequality first, the inequalities. Then solve each inequality by itself. At the end, draw the social inequality in one number line. So at the end, draw solution of all inequalities in the same number line. So for type 2, so uh, let me write down. So solve inequality by itself. Then draw of all inequalities in the same line. So let me give you an example. Let's do some examples of this. 5 is less than 3x plus 2 is less than 14. You know what? Let me show you two ways for this, but the second way I will show you, it doesn't work for all the time because it may confuse you if you don't know how to deal with it. So, but the first way I'm going to show you is the one that I prefer to use, and this is what I advise the student to use because it's safe and you're not going to get confused. So, this says I will do it in two ways, so at least you will choose your way. So I will do it in two ways, then you understand both way. So the first way, what we do, we separate this compound inequality into two inequalities. So we end up having 5 is less than 3x plus 2 and 3x plus 2 is less than 14. The second way is I solve bottom in the same inequality. I solve this compound inequality one time. I don't separate anything. I keep it as it is. So here we have two steps in inequalities. So we minus 2 both sides. Here I minus 2 both sides. So we end up having 3 is less than 3x because we just subtract the same number. And here we have 3x is less than 12. Now we divide both sides here by 3. And I divide both sides here by 3. We divide by positive number, which means the sign didn't flip, so it's going to be just the sign keep the same direction. And here we have x is less than 4. So in my number line, so I put 1, 4. So 4 has open circle and 1 has a full circle. X is greater than 1, so I draw a line with different color. And we have 4 is less than, x is less than 4, so it's going to be on the left side. Now, what I do now, I shade the common solution, and this is the common solution. And this will be your solution for that inequality. Now let's do this in a condensed way, if you wanna go it like this way. The key to solve this in correct way, whatever you do in that side, you do it on that side. So you do everything on all sides at the same time. So I minus 2 here, minus 2 here, and minus 2 here. So here we end up having a 3. This side didn't flip here, it stays the same, so it's going to be 3x. Now we do on side, I divide here by 3, I divide here by 3, I divide here by 3. So keep in mind, if it's negative, some students And I will tell you when this work. I will show an example. So here will be 1 and this is 4. And in my number, give me answer. So what I do, I just put 1 here. I 104. So some of you will see this simple of inequality. So if I give you, for example, 5x minus 2 is x plus, if you have uh, middle question, so the best way to solve it. So you can, so don't do that with that method. So you're gonna go nowhere. It's like you rotating to do. Right. So it's about that type of inequality. So let me show you the second. So for example, 2x plus 5 is less than 3, and 3 minus 2x is less than minus 5. So here I just solve it as regular two-step linear inequality. So minus 5 minus 5. So I got 2x is less than minus 2. Divide by 2 both sides. I divide by positive, the signs stay in the same direction. And here we have minus 1, and this is x, because this will cancel out. So here I put and here I put and, because I do the same process here. So I minus 3 both sides. So this cancel out. So minus 2x is less than minus 8. I divide by minus 2. I divide by negative, so the sign flip, and here will be 4. So in my number line, I put minus 1 here, and minus 4 and 4. X is less than minus 1. X is greater than 4. There is no common solution, or that they share together. Just say no solution. I hope it's clear. See, when they don't share any common solution, there's no solution. So is that clear? Alright, so let me show you a special example. Solve 2x plus 5 is greater than 11, and 3x is less than 3x is less than equal to 9. So here is straightforward, so minus 5 both sides. Here I divide both sides by 3. So the sign here stay on the same direction, so 2x, and here x will be less than 3. So this will cancel out. Then I divide both sides by 2. I'm still going here. So I divide by positive number, the sign stay on the same direction, and x is less than 3. So in my number line, I have only one number, so which is 3, but that number it has different inequalities. So we have the full, so we'll put this color when x is less or equal than 3, then solution is on that side, and we have x is greater than 3, so I put open circle and shade that side. Now, did they share any common solution? You can tell me as a share 3. No, they're not sharing 3 because you see 3 is not full for that inequality. That means we don't have equal signs. We don't have a full circle here. It's open. That means 3 is not included in that set of solution for that inequality, but it's included in here. So it's included in one side, but it's not on the other side. In order for me to assume 3 is a solution, it must be included in both sides. That means I should have a full circle here with that color. So I don't have a full circle. That means here, this is the case when we have no solution. If it was x is greater than or equal than 3 and x is less or equal than 3, so in that case we have only one solution, which is x equal 3. But that case we have that inequality, which is prevent us to have any solution for that type of actual case. Disjunction now, disjunction, sorry. So disjunction inequality are a set of inequality that combine their solution. So disjunction compound inequalities are set of inequalities that combine their solution. Let me give you an example. For example, 3x plus 5 is less than 2, or x minus 8 is greater than 4. By the way, we can describe this type of compound inequality as a set of inequality that have the word or between the inequality. So you can say that. So because the disjunction is said for that disjunction word, which is or. Alright, so how to solve this? So we do the same thing as we did for the conjunction. We solve each inequality and we draw the solution of the inequality in one number line. So this is how we solve. So to solve this to solve disjunction inequality. To solve disjunction compound inequality. So for each and the end, and then of solution of inequality. Show you how to solve this. For example, I have 12x minus 5 is less than 7, or 3x is greater than 15. So here I add 5 both sides. Here I divide by 3 both sides. So here we end up having 12x is less than 12, or x is greater than 5. Now we divide both sides here by 12. The signs stay on the same direction. So x is less than 1, or x is greater or equal than 5. So in my number line, so I put 1, open circle, 5, full circle, x is less than 1, so left side, and we have x greater than 5, which is right side, and a shade this bar. So this is a solution for the type of inequality. So let me do another example. So suppose I want to solve for this. So 3x minus 8 is less than 25, or 4x plus 12 is greater than 8. So here I add, so you got 3x is less or equal than 33, or, and here what I do, I subtract. So I got 4x is less than or greater than minus 4. Now I divide here by 3, so the signs stay on the same direction. Here I divide by 4, so the sign stay on the same direction. So this is 11, or x is greater than minus 1. Now in my number line, I got minus 1, open circle, 11, full circle. So x is less than 11, so it's going to be on this direction. X is greater than minus 1, it's going to be on that direction. And keep in mind, when we have or, we combine the solution. Everything is solution. So here for that case we have only number of solutions on inequality. So I hope that you understand the concept behind and the way how to solve. So please the, the inequality so it's more safe. So any comment uh, please it's welcome. So any comment that